Hello students, in today's class we are going to solve problems on trigonometric equations. That is, we are going to continue yesterday's class. So before we start solving the problems, I wish to recall the solutions which we learnt in the previous class. So we learnt sine and cosine function will repeat after the interval of 2 pi and tan function will repeat after an interval of pi, and we restrict the range of x as 0 to 2 pi to assign our principal solutions, because we know the trigonometric equations we have infinitely many solutions. So the solution between 0 to 2 pi we restrict as, we call it as principal solution, and every trigonometric equation will have how many principal solutions? 2 principal solutions, and the remaining we will generalize and we will write in terms of integer n, and we will call it as a general solution. And we have learnt 3 theorems to find the general solution of sine function, cosine function and tan function. What are those 3 generalized solutions? If sin x equal to sin y, then x is equal to n pi plus minus 1 the whole power n into y, where n is an integer. If cos x equal to cos y, then x is equal to 2n pi plus or minus y, where n belongs to z. If tan x equal to tan y, then x equal to n pi plus y, where n belongs to z. Alright. Also we know sine value will become 0 in the integral multiple of pi, and cos value will become 0 in the odd integral multiple of pi by 2. Right. These 3 solutions you should remember, then only we can find the general solution. Now let us continue with our exercise 3.4. Now the fifth question, they asked you to find the general solution. The question is cos 4x equal to cos 2x. The question itself is in the form of cos x equal to cos y. Right. So if cos x equal to cos y, then what is the solution? X equal to 2n pi plus or minus y, where n belongs to z. X equal to 2n pi plus or minus y. Now in the place of x we have 4x, and in the place of y we have 2x. Therefore x, which means 4x equal to 2n pi plus or minus, in the place of y we have 2x, right? Now 4x equal to 2n pi plus or minus 2x. Now here also we are having x, here also we are having x. So we should bring the like terms together. Before that we have plus or minus here, right? So we have 2 options. 4x equal to 2n pi plus 2x is one solution. The other one is, or 4x equal to 2n pi minus 2x, because it is plus or minus, right? Now bring this plus x to the other side, it will become minus 2x, which is equal to 2n pi. So 2x equal to 2n pi, that is x equal to n pi. 2 will get cancelled. Similarly here 4x, if I bring minus 2x to the other side, it will become plus 2x, which is equal to 2n pi. So this will become 6x equal to 2n pi, or x is equal to 2 by 6n pi, which is nothing but 1 by 3. Therefore x is equal to n by 3. Right. Therefore the general solution is x equal to n pi or x equal to n pi by 3, where n belongs to integer z. Right. Hope you understood this method, where the question is directly in the form of cos x equal to cos y, but you have to be very careful in substituting the values of x and y. If cos x equal to cos y, then the solution is x equal to 2n pi plus or minus y. But there is another way of solving this problem. I wish to show you how to solve the same problem in the other method, so that whichever method you are feeling comfortable, you can adopt it, right? Now I will show you how we can solve this problem in the another method. Now cos 4x equal to cos 2x, right? Now bring this cos 2x to the other side, it will become cos 4x minus cos 2x equal to 0. Now it is of the form c minus c, right? What is c minus c? S plus S, S minus S, C plus C, C minus C, SC, CS, CC, SS minus. So when it comes to C minus C, you should write it as minus sine and sine. So this can be written as minus 2 into sine x plus y by 2. So 4x plus 2x divided by 2 into sine x minus y by 2 equal to 0. Right? So which is equal to minus 2 into sine. What will happen now? Add and divide. 4, 5, 6. 6x divided by 2, it will become 3x into sine 2x divided by 2, which is sine x equal to 0. So what does this implies? When this expression will be equal to 0, minus 2 we can leave it. So this implies sine 3x into sine x equal to 0. When this can applicable, when it will be true, either sine 3x should be equal to 0 or sine x should be equal to 0. Right? When the sine value will become 0, when x takes the integral multiple of pi, when x takes the value of integral multiple of pi. So this implies 3x equal to n pi, where n belongs to z. Similarly here, this is also sine function. When sine function will take the value 0, when the angle is equal to n pi, where n belongs to z. So this implies x is equals to n pi by 3, where n belongs to z, and here x is equal to n pi. Therefore the general solution is either x equal to n pi by 3 or x equal to n pi. The same answer we arrived at. Alright. So either way you can solve it. If you can analyze the given question directly in terms of cos x equal to cos y, you can substitute, but here you have plus or minus, so you have to be very carefully do the calculation part, or else bring it to one side and use the standard formula identity and then apply your result. So whichever method you are feeling comfortable, you can adopt it, right? Now let us move on to the next problem now. See, now the question is cos 3x plus cos x minus cos 2x equal to 0. Here no other go, we have to apply the set of identities because we have three terms here. We try to bring this in the form of cos x equal to cos y or any one of the known result to give our general solution. So what are we going to do here? We are going to take first two terms and apply the formula c plus c. What is c plus c? cc, right? So this can be written as 2 into cos x plus y by 2. So 3x plus x divided by 2 into cos 3x minus x divided by 2 minus this term we are going to retain as such. So this implies 2 into cos, this will become 4x divided by 2 is 2x into cos 3x minus x is 2x, 2x divided by 2 will become cos x minus cos 2x equal to 0. Now we have cos 2x as common. So we can take cos 2x as common. So we left out with 2 cos x minus 1 equal to 0. Right? Cos 2x we have taken common. So 2 cos x minus 1 equal to 0. When this is possible, either cos 2x should be equal to 0 or 2 cos x minus 1 equal to 0. 2 cos x minus 1 equal to 0, right? Now when the cos value will become 0, when the angle takes up, x takes up the value of odd integral multiple of pi by 2. Therefore this implies 2x should be equal to 2n plus 1 pi by 2, where n belongs to z, right? So this will become, we can bring this 2 to the other side. So this will become x is equal to 2n plus 1 pi by 4, where n belongs to z. So we found one solution, or else we need to solve this, right? So what does this imply? 2 cos x equal to minus 1, if you bring it to the other side it will become plus 1. cos x equal to 1 by 2. When the cos value will become 1 by 2? During 60 degree, right? 60 degree is nothing but pi by 3. So which is nothing but cos pi by 3. 1 by 2 is nothing but cos pi by 3. Now this is of the form cos x equal to cos y. Then what is the solution? X equal to 2n pi plus or minus y. Y is pi by 3 where n belongs to z. Now if you see everything is in independent of x, therefore this is our another solution, right? So what is our general solution now? X is equal to 2n plus 1 pi by 4 or x is equal to 2n pi plus or minus pi by 3. Hope you understood, right? What we did here, we applied our set of identities for these first two terms and then we have taken the common term out. Then we equated both to 0 and we tried to find our solution, right? Therefore, the general solution is, what is the general solution here? General solution is x equal to 2n plus 1 pi by 4 when n belongs to z, or x equal to 2n pi plus or minus pi by 3 where n belongs to z is our general solution, right? Hope you understood this. Now let us see how we can solve the next problem. Sin 2x plus cos x. See, this is a combination of sin and cos. So first it is double angle. So first reduce it into a single angle. We know what is sin 2x formula. What is sin 2x? 2 sin x cos x plus cos x equal to 0. Now we got cos x, so take cos x common. So what is left out? 2 sin x plus 1 equal to 0. When this is possible, either cos x equal to 0 or 2 sin x plus 1 equal to 0. When the cos value will become 0, when x takes the odd integral multiple of pi by 2. So x should be equal to 2n plus 1 pi by 2 where n belongs to z, or sin x equal to minus 1 by 2. Now you have to be careful. When sin value will become minus 1 by 2? First of all, when sin value will be 1 by 2, 1 by 2 is pi by 6. Sin 30 is 1 by 2, right? So this is sin pi by 6. But we need negative. So this is nothing but minus sin pi by 6. Now minus sin pi by 6 can be written as sin of pi plus pi by 6, right? Sin of pi plus pi by 6. Because in the second quadrant it is positive. See, all silver tea cups. First quadrant, this is second quadrant, this is your third, and this is fourth quadrant. Sign is positive in first and second. Only in the third and fourth it is negative. As I told, in finding the principal values, you should always go with pi. Then only the trigonometric ratios won't change. If you go with pi by 2, sin will become cos, cos will become sin, right? So we try to express this pi by 6 in terms of pi, either by pi plus pi by 6 or pi minus pi by 6. We know in the third quadrant and the fourth quadrant only pi will be, sin will be negative. So this pi by 6 can be written as, if it comes to third quadrant, it will be pi plus pi by 6, pi plus pi by 6. So minus sin pi by 6 can be written as sin of pi plus pi by 6, which is nothing but sin. If you take LCM, this will become 6 pi plus pi, which is nothing but sin 7 pi by 6. So sin x equal to sin 7 pi by 6. Now it is in the form of sin x equal to sin y. If sin x equal to sin y, then what is the solution? X is equal to n pi plus minus 1 the whole power n into y, which is 7 pi by 6 where n belongs to z, right? This how we got it, using sin x equal to sin y identity, the solution, the general solution. So the general solution for the given equation is x equal to 2n plus 1 into pi by 2 where n belongs to z, or x equal to n pi plus of minus 1 the whole power n into 7 pi by 6 where n belongs to z. These two are the general solution of the given equation. Hope you understood. What we did, we just simplified the problem. For finding the solution only you have to think carefully and then you have to proceed, and you should try to bring it to the form of those three: sin x equal to sin y, cos x equal to cos y, or tan x equal to tan y, and then you should apply the general solution, right? And when you are finding this, again you have to be careful. When it is negative, we know in two quadrants it will be negative, and accordingly you can rewrite the angle in terms of pi, because only in terms of pi we write, the trigonometric ratio will remain as such, only the sign will change. Accordingly you have to rewrite and then apply the solution sin x equal to sin y, right? Hope you understood. Now let us solve the next question. The question is secant square 2x equal to 1 minus tan 2x. Again, if you see, we have secant square x here. Only if we have tan x equal to tan y format, we can use the general solution. So use the identity 1 plus tan square x equal to secant square x. Hope you remember this identity. So in the place of secant square x, we are going to write 1 plus tan square x. But if you see, in the place of x we have 2x. In the place of x we have 2x. So this should be written as 1 plus tan square 2x. Then plus 1 and minus, both side we have 1, so it will get cancelled. If we bring this minus 2x to the other side, it will become plus tan 2x equal to 0, right? Now take tan 2x common from these two terms, so we will be left out with 1 tan 2x plus 1 equal to 0. Now we got our equation when the product of two terms will be equal to 0, when either of the terms should be equal to 0. So equate tan 2x equal to 0 or tan 2x plus 1 should be equal to 0, right? So tan 2x equal to 0, when tan value will become 0? During tan 0. Now we got the form tan x equal to tan y. If tan x equal to tan y, then what is the solution? X equal to n pi plus y where n belongs to z. What is there in the place of x? 2x. What is there in the place of y? 0. Therefore 2x equal to n pi plus 0, or 2x equal to n pi, so x equal to n pi by 2 where n belongs to z. This is one general solution. Now let us see what happens if we solve the other one. Tan 2x equal to minus 1. Again, when tan value will become 1? Tan 45 degree, which is nothing but pi by 4. But minus is there. When tan ratio will become negative? In which two quadrants? In the second and the fourth quadrant. All silver teacups. So second quadrant. How will you express an angle in the second quadrant? Pi minus theta. So this can be written as tan of pi minus pi by 4. Then only it will become minus tan by 4. Because in the second quadrant tan is negative. Hope you are following this. So now if you take LCM and simplify, we got tan 3 pi by 4. Right? Now we got our format tan x equal to tan y. Then what is our solution? X equal to n pi plus y. But in the place of x we have 2x. In the place of y we have 3 pi by 4. So x is equal to n pi. In the sense 2x equal to n pi plus y, which is 3 pi by 4. So bring this 2 to the other side. You will get x equals to n pi by 2. Plus if you bring this 2 also to the other side, it will become 4 2s are 8. So 3 pi by 8 where n belongs to z. Therefore the general solution is x equal to n pi by 2 where n belongs to z, or x equals to n pi by 2 plus 3 pi by 8 where n belongs to z. So this how only we have to solve the problems. Hope you understood. Yes. So the last question in this exercise, I am leaving it to you. You can very well solve it by your own, which is similar to question number 6, right? The question is sin x plus sin 3x plus sin 5x equal to 0, which is similar to your 6th question. you can take any two terms and apply the identities s plus s. Then simplify it, take the common term out and bring it to the equation form equal to 0. Then equate both the terms to 0. Then you can apply the general solution. So you should do the 9th question as homework. Now let us move on to the miscellaneous exercise, right? Now let us move on to miscellaneous exercise. The first question is, prove that 2 cos pi by 13 into cos 9 by 13 plus cos 3 pi by 13 plus cos 5 by 13 is equal to 0. Right? Now let us solve this. On looking at this, again we have, see, this is product of two terms and this is sum of two terms. When you have sum of two terms, immediately you have to go for the identity. So c plus c, which is nothing but 2cc. So first we will use that identity. We are going to take our left hand side, 2 cos pi by 13 into cos 9 pi by 13. We are going to retain these two terms as such. And here we are going to apply that formula c plus c, which is cc. So 2 into cos x plus y by 2, 3 pi by 13 plus 5 pi by 13, the whole divided by 2, x plus y by 2 into cos x minus y by 2. Right, x plus y by 2 into x minus y by 2, which is equal to 2 cos pi by 13 into cos 9 pi by 13 plus 2 into cos, what is the common denominator? So you can add the numerators. So 5 plus 3, it will become 8 pi by 13, and this 2 will go to the denominator, right? So this will be 2 into cos 3 pi minus 5 pi is minus 2 pi divided by 13 into, again this will come to the denominator. Now you can cancel these two and this will become 4. So this is nothing but 2 cos pi by 13 into cos 9 pi by 13 plus 2 cos pi by 13 into cos of minus pi by 13. And we know cos of minus theta is cos theta. The negative will affect only the sine function, not the cos function. So cos of minus theta is going to be cos theta only. So this can be also written as cos pi by 13 cos 9 pi by 13 plus 2 cos pi by 13 into cos pi by 13. Again we can take 2 cos pi by 13 common from both the terms. So if you take cos pi by 13 as common, we left out with cos 9 pi by 13 plus cos pi by 13. Right? I think I made mistake here. 4 pi this is, right? So 4 pi. 4 pi. We cancelled 2 4s are 8. So this is going to be 4 pi. So 4 pi by 13. We have taken only pi by 13 as common. Again this resembles what? C plus c. So apply the same formula. So 2 cos pi by 13. Again 2 into c plus c. So cc only. Cos 9 pi plus 4 pi divided by 2, x plus y by 2 into cos x minus y divided by 2. Right? So which is equal to 2 cos pi by 13, 2 into cos 9 plus 4 is 13 pi. 13 pi by 13, this 2 will go to the denominator, so 2, right, into cos 9 minus 4 is 5 pi by 13 into 2. Now 13 will get cancelled, so this will become 2 cos pi by 13 into 2 into cos pi by 2 into cos 5 pi by 13 into 2 is 26, right. Now what is cos pi by 2? Cos pi by 2 is cos 90. Cos 90 is 0. So whatever going to be the value for other angles, they never bother. But cos pi by 2 is 0. 0 into anything is going to be 0 only. So since all the terms are under product, the entire term is going to become 0, which is nothing but our right hand side. That's what we need to prove. See, which is equal to 0. Thus we ended up with 0. Right? Nothing new here as far as trigonometry is concerned. As I told you, it's going to be very interesting to solve your problems unless and until you are thorough with your identities. If you know the identities, you can very well apply it and you can do wonders in your answers. You can start somewhere and you can end up with the required answer unless and until you know the identities very well, right? So thus we completed this problem. Let us move on to the next question now. Now the next question, sin 3x plus sin x into sin x plus cos 3x minus cos x into cos x equal to 0. Again they asked us to prove it as 0. Now let us take our left hand side. Yes. Now keep multiply this. So this will become sin 3x into sin x plus sin square x. Hope you understood what I did now. I am multiplying this with this and this with this. Similarly, cos 3x into cos x minus cos x into cos x is cos squared x, right? So which is equal to, see we have cos square and sin square term. So this we can write it as sin 3x into sin x plus cos 3x into cos x plus sin square x minus cos square x. I told this already, when you have sum of sin square and cos square it will be always 1, but when it comes to difference it is cos 2a formula, but you have to check the order in which they appear, because cos 2a is cos square a minus sin square a. Okay, cos square a minus sin square a. So we need to take one minus common here, then only it will become cos square x minus sin square x. And when you analyze these four terms, see sin 3x, cos 3x, sin x, sin x. So the angle remains the same, but only the trigonometric ratio differs. So how can you read this? Sin a, sin b plus cos a, cos b, or else sin x, sin y plus cos x, cos y, which is nothing but cos a minus b, right? For that also you want to rearrange. Initially we will have cos term only, cos a, cos b plus sin a, sin b. So this I am going to rewrite as cos 3x cos x plus sin 3x sin x. I am going to take one minus common, so this will become cos squared x minus sin squared x. So this is cos a minus b. So 3x minus x minus cos square x minus sin square x is cos 2x, right? So which is equal to, again this is cos 2x, this is also cos 2x, so this will become 0, which is nothing but our right hand side. Hence we prove, right? Hope the problems are interesting. Again, unless you are thorough with your identities, you should know where you can apply. See, on looking at these terms, immediately the identity cos a minus b should strike your mind. Here immediately cos 2a identity should strike your mind. Everything lies on how thorough you are with your identities, right? Now let us see how we can solve our next problem. Cos x plus cos y the whole square plus sin x minus sin y the whole square, which is equal to 4 cos squared x plus y by 2. Now immediately when you see this a plus b the whole square, so expand it. A square cos square x plus b square plus 2ab cos x cos y, right? Similarly here plus a square sin square x plus b square sin square y minus 2 sin x sin y, right? Which is equal to, see here cos square x plus sin square x we have, then cos square y plus sin square y. What it is? 1, right? So cos square x plus sin square x will become 1 plus cos square y plus sin square y will become 1. Then what is left out? This term and this term. From this we can take 2 common, so plus 2 into cos x cos y minus sin x sin y. Then immediately what identity it is? Cos a cos b minus sin a sin b, which is nothing but cos a plus b. Right? When you have minus, it is plus only, no? So this can be written as 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 plus 2, 4 shall I write? No, because this 2 is under multiplication. So 2 into this is cos a plus b. Right? So this is equal to 2 plus 2 cos x plus y. But we need to prove 4 cos square x plus y by 2. So how can you write this now? How can you write this now? Now see, there is a formula for cos 2a, right? What is cos 2a? Cos 2a is 2 cos square a minus 1. Right? 2 cos square a minus 1. So from this we can write 1 plus cos 2a equal to 2 cos square a. Right? You have to remember this identity. See why we have written in terms of cos square, because we need the answer in terms of cos only. So we have taken cos 2a formula in terms of cos square a. Before that we will take 2 common from this. So we will get 1 plus cos x plus y. Now this is of the form 1 plus cos theta. Right? 1 plus cos theta. Now come back to the identity. 1 plus cos 2a is 2 cos squared a. In the sense, if we have double angle, here we have single angle. Right? If we have double angle, twice the angle, here we have single angle. So if we have single angle here, this will become half angle. Hope you understood. We derived this formula from cos 2a. Cos 2a is 2 cos square a minus 1. So whenever you have 1 plus cos 2a, this can be very well replaced it as 2 cos square a. Right? But here we have single angle. We don't have 2 times x plus y. If we have cos 2 times x plus y, then we can write 2 cos square that x plus y. But here we have a single angle. This is like 1 plus cos x. Right? 1 plus cos theta. When we have 1 plus cos theta, then this single angle should become half angle, because when it is double angle, it is single angle. When it becomes single angle, this should be half angle. Right? So now 1 plus cos x can be written as 2 into this 1 plus cos x is 2 cos square a by 2, which is your a now, x plus y. So x plus y divided by 2, which is nothing but 4 cos square x plus y by 2. This is what we need to prove, which is nothing but your right hand side. This is also a well-known result where we will be using in most of the problems. So whenever you have 1 plus cos 2a, you can replace it by 2 cos square a. Similarly, 1 minus sin 2a, we have another form also, right? 1 minus 2 sin square a is also cos 2a. What is cos 2a? Cos 2a is 1 minus 2 sin square a. Right? So 2 sin square a can also be written as 1 minus cos 2a. So these two are well-known results we will be using in most of the problems. If you have the format like 1 plus cos 2a, we will be writing it as 2 cos square a. If you have 1 minus cos 2a, we will be writing it as 2 sin square a. Right? But this is when you have double angle. When you have single angle, you have to divide it by 2. You have to express it as half angle. Right? Hope you understood. So let us see what is the next question now. Next question is same like our third question. So first I expand using a minus b the whole square identity, and then try to take the common term out and simplify it and use cos 2a formula there, as I told, in terms of sign, because we need to prove in terms of sign here. So if you apply, you can get this answer. So I am leaving this problem to you. I am not interested in spoon feeding each and every question. I am going to give you clues so that you can try solving these problems. The next question, sin x plus sin 3x plus sin 5x plus sin 7x equal to this. How can you prove this? Whenever you have sum of two terms immediately, we will go with that set of identities s plus s. You can combine first two terms and the last two terms and apply s plus s identity and try to resolve it. You will get this answer. So try this problem as well. And the same way with the sixth question also. See, they have clubbed here. So what you should do? For this term, apply s plus s formula. For this term, apply s plus s. For this term, apply c plus c. For here, c plus c. Try simplifying, then you will get this answer. Similarly, the last problem also, you have three terms here. So take any two terms and apply s plus s identity, or else these two terms and apply s minus s identity, and take the common term out and apply the remaining identities and try to simplify it. You will get the answer. So I am leaving 4, 5, 6, 7 to you. So you are going to solve the problem, and if you have any doubts, contact me. I will be helping you out. In the next class, we will see how we can solve the remaining set of problems. So let us wind up today's class. Again and again I am repeating, keep learning your identities. Without identities, you cannot do anything with the trigonometric functions, right? So be thorough with your identities and do these problems as homework in exercise 3.4 question number 9 and miscellaneous exercise question number 4, 5, 6, 7. So in the next class we will do the remaining problems in the miscellaneous exercise, and I will give you a few additional problems as well, right? If you have any doubts, you can contact me. Thank you, students.